For men, testosterone levels are just tanking. So it's like, first is the question of why. And obviously I have a lot of ideas: sedentary behavior, poor nutrition introduced into our environment. So, we're consuming about a credit card's worth of microplastics and nanoplastics. Every month they found microplastics in every organ, from men's genitalia to the placenta to the liver. And there's a direct relationship between your gut and your brain. We are dealing with unprecedented levels of mental health issues. So if you feed your body junk, you can expect to perform like junk, feel like junk. But the thing about chronic conditions, specifically here in the US, is that doesn't happen overnight. That's the product of the last decade of your life. Waiting for someone to come and fix the food system for you is not going to help you right now, and it's not going to help you in your future, and it's not going to help you reduce the risk of chronic disease.
You've described a lot, of course, now years down the line, your many certifications and loads of research down the line. But for somebody who's just getting to begin to look at their health, somebody on the American diet, which we know is not optimal, somebody who's not exercising much, what would you say are the first kind of couple steps somebody can take who's starting to look at working on their health?
Absolutely. I mean, without a doubt, lifestyle habits are not only the thing that moves the needle the most on your labs and even biological age reversal. I know that's so popular these days, but lifestyle is everything. These are the things you do every single day. So what are you eating? The way that I think about food is every single piece of food that I eat, I'm asking myself whether it's going to benefit my health or be a negative for my health. So we know that food is so much more than just calories. It's information. It's literally what our body is made up of. Our mom said it forever ago: you are what you eat, but it could not be more true. So if you feed your body junk, you can expect to perform like junk, feel like junk. I mean, that can manifest in every way from, having less energy to having, issues with your mood, but long-term it can lead to chronic disease. So I think that we've really made diet and nutrition extremely complicated today. It doesn't have to be vegan. It doesn't have to be carnivore. It doesn't have to be keto. Really, the most researched diets for health and longevity is basically a Mediterranean diet. And really it's just whole food. So eat single ingredient foods. Most of the diet over here in America is ultra processed foods, these packaged goods. I would stay away from those at all costs. I don't even identify or deem those really as food, in my opinion, because I look at food from a nutrient standpoint. What is this going to offer me when I'm eating it? So we also know that the brain consumes about 30% of our calories, although it's only about 2 pounds. It's a super energy consumptive organ. So everything I'm putting into my mouth, I'm wondering and asking myself, what are the nutritional benefits? How is this going to make me feel? And what's amazing is people can make massive improvements with just a few weeks of dietary changes. There have been studies showing massive improvements in just even 8 weeks with dietary changes. And it can be overwhelming, but if you just take it slow and think, okay, I'm going to shop around the perimeter of the grocery store, because that's where most of the whole foods are, single ingredient foods. That's what I recommend people to eat. Things like avocado or high quality proteins like wild caught salmon, grass fed, grass finished meats. Quality is also super important when it comes to the foods that we're eating, especially here in the US, because we have very little regulation on what goes into our food, also what's being sprayed on our food. So things like glyphosate, which is a known carcinogen, is present in nearly all Americans' urine because it's just doused on the food. So making sure you're getting food that is without pesticides, so organic when possible, also super important. If you are thinking about budget, which I totally understand, there's something called the Environmental Working Group, Clean 15 and Dirty Dozen. You can look at that. And so the Clean 15 are fruits and vegetables that are safer to buy conventional, whereas the Dirty Dozen are basically the most heavily pesticided fruits and vegetables. So you always want to try to get organic. But nutrition is absolutely a bedrock of optimal health. And then I would say the next thing is sleep. Sleep is so incredibly important. And the next practices that I'm going to list, a lot of them are free or low cost. Food, of course, has a cost, but you can also shop farmers markets. You can start a garden. There's many ways you can help reduce that cost. But the next one is sleep. This is a completely free practice, but we know that getting high quality sleep is imperative for better health and even motivation the next day. So I'm in bed every night by about 9 o'clock, and that is going to give me more energy the next day, reduced blood pressure, reduced anxiety and stress. And it's not just the amount of time you're in bed, it's also the quality of the sleep. So I use a tracker called Oura Ring, but you can also just certainly self-report in the morning. You pretty much know if you had a great night's sleep, if you wake up energized, or if you're waking up feeling really kind of lethargic and unrested. But sleep is absolutely paramount. There's new data pointing to the fact that women also need more sleep than men. So I don't think women should feel any pressure to be waking up at the same time as their significant other or men in their life that they may know. So sleep is absolutely critical. A lack of sleep, even one night of a poor sleep, can lead to increased blood pressure, increased anxiety, increase in the hunger hormone ghrelin. So you literally have more cravings, other than if you had a really great, deep, restful night of sleep. I would say the next one for just basics, and this is free, is grounding. Grounding is making contact with the earth. You can also go into a body of water, but it's being in nature, contact with the nature. And this might seem like kind of something that might not have a ton of benefit, but there's tons of science to back it. It can reduce inflammation. It can improve healing, can improve sleep. It can also reduce anxiety and stress. So this has been used for years. I mean, nature bathing in Japan, is talked about all the time for the health benefits, but at this point in our society, we're extremely disconnected from nature. And I think going back to some of the principles that our ancestors had, things like, of course, high quality foods because they didn't have processed foods, waking and rising and sleeping with the sun, which is our circadian cycle, super important. Getting high quality sleep, grounding, super important, and walking. I mean, walking is absolutely amazing for your health. It is shown to improve blood flow, and it has a whole host of benefits, even benefits linked to, reduced risk of all-cause mortality just by moving your body. And I think people should aim for about 10,000 steps a day, which baseline for most people is around 3,000 to 3,500. That's just moving about, living your daily life. It also, of course, can vary based on your profession and your day to day, but carving out time for a walk or optimizing it in the way that I even do. For example, if I'm doing a video podcast, of course, I can't really be on a walk, but all my calls I take on a walk. I live in the hills in Los Angeles, so I'm also getting nature, I'm getting sun. It's really, really pleasant, but you definitely want to aim for just moving your body throughout the day. And then exercise. Exercise is also incredibly beneficial. I think if there was like a longevity pill and everybody wanted to take it because of the massive benefits, it would be exercise. Everything from, again, improving blood flow, increasing dopamine, which is our motivation molecule, serotonin, which is linked to happiness. It is, of course, great for cardiovascular health. Strength training can add on muscle mass. And it's honestly just absolutely incredible. So, set something realistic, but exercising, start 1 time a week if you're doing none right now, and then increase to 2 times a week or 3 times a week. But I think when it comes to making these lifestyle changes, it all has to start small. And I always say that one win leads to many wins. So if you had a great night's sleep last night, you're going to wake up energized. You're going to be more disciplined. It's going to be easier to stick to your goals just by doing that one habit change. So that's pretty much my basics. Most of it's free and practical for optimizing your health if you're just getting started.
Do you want to frolic freely at the beach, hairless both upstairs and downstairs? Tired of being left bloody, stumbling and alone because of a bad razor? Then you know what to do. Get yourself a Manscaped. With the new Beard and Balls bundle, you can stay fresh all over. Use the discount code LOW for 20% off now.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed that short clip of our episode with Kayla Barnes.
If you want to see the full thing, you can click right here. Please like and subscribe as well, because it really helps the channel, and we got loads more content just like this coming. See you guys next time.